Good morning. Good morning, Northwest Indiana. You are listening to Veterans Views on WJOB. My name is Donna Ostrander, Marine Corps veteran. We are here in the bunker.
WJOB.
Yeah. Right now I'm joined by Robert Rockwell,
Chief Warrant Officer, Army National Guard, Army training.
That's right. Army training.
That's
sir.
right. Hey, we got a lot to talk about today.
50 cents if you know what movie that's from out there.
Yeah, 50 cents. Anybody calls and knows what Army training is from. I'm sure most do.
Yep.
But,
So we have a good show for you today, as always. We appreciate you listening. If you are listening or watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe our channel. It really helps us get our word out. We always have some good information for you. So we want to start the show today talking about the holiday tomorrow.
the holiday.
The best holiday in the world. We celebrate July 4th, but our Continental Congress actually agreed to declare their independence on July 2nd. And Monroe thought that July 2nd would be a day remembered forever. But it actually became July 4th when they signed the Declaration of Independence. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, the 2 days later after July 2nd, Congress officially approved the final text of the Declaration of Independence. And then a fun historical fact is that although some delegates did sign on July 4th, most of the official handwritten copy was signed on August 2nd. So that's like, almost a month later from the July 2nd.
Right.
Well, just a month later, right? So nobody remembers that, I'm sure.
All right.
Founding fathers and former presidents, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, strangely, both died on July 4th as well.
Yeah, within hours of each other.
Yeah, in 1826.
Yeah, on the
50 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
on the 50th anniversary.
And we are at the 250th anniversary.
Right.
As mine and Commander Ostrander's shirts say here, 1776. So if you don't habla, that's 250 years from this year ago.
Yep. And I know you're too young to remember, but I remember when we celebrated our 200th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
I was a young whippersnapper.
You were?
Yeah. And in 1976. And there was a lot of festivities. We had the long ships, the big ships coming into New York Harbor. We celebrated they redid the Statue of Liberty. So there was a lot going on. And, being young, I just remember, celebrating at my grandparents' house. And I knew what the holiday was.
Yeah.
Because my grandfather, a World War II veteran who served in the Battle of the Bulge.
Wow.
And
Oh, did he?
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's Steve.
Hey, Steve's here.
Steve's here.
Welcome. Fashionably late. That's okay. It's a holiday weekend.
That's right.
And we have Steve Bramer, Purple Heart recipient, combat veteran, and Commander, DAV Chapter 17.
Good
Welcome.
morning.
Welcome
Good
to the
morning.
show.
Good morning.
It is so good to see you, Steve.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I truly enjoy our Friday mornings here.
I
do too.
woke up at 8:58
Oh,
and I am here at
Wow.
9:03. So I was fast.
you were fast.
But
Wow.
I
Oh,
shouldn't
you
have
didn't
been.
even get your
I am
coffee.
I know Trucker Mike would love this because I have
Got a
Mountain Dew
Mountain
today.
Dew.
There we go.
But
Got to do what you got to do.
man,
Oh, is he-
I'm so sorry I was running late today.
yeah. That's all right.
We
We'll
understand.
make you do some push-ups after the show.
Yeah, right.
Drop and give me 20.
Well, as a chief, and then what you were a specialist.
I was a specialist.
Yeah, I typically just leave you alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
That's why I stayed with a specialist,
Yeah,
what?
I'll let the sergeants do the hard work for you.
I don't know a lot about Army rank. What is a special? Is that an E3?
E4.
E4? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a corporal.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the Army, you can have a specialist and a corporal. It's kind of like you can have a first sergeant or a master sergeant, it's both E8s.
Yeah.
But like a specialist and a corporal gets their stripes. They're looked at as a non-commissioned officer, but they're not paid as one.
Okay.
Basically, they're in line to be one.
Okay.
And so it kind of stinks for a corporal because a specialist is essentially it's the same rank, same pay, but they have half the responsibility.
Oh,
and
nice.
they're like in the the specialist rank is in the shape of like a shield, and it has an eagle inside of it.
Okay.
And so we call it the sham shield.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because and then we'll call them the E4 Mafia. So if you need information, the E4 Mafia will know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because they all stick together.
Yeah.
You know, like they're the worker bees,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But they're in charge of the privates.
Yeah.
Right? So like, you have the
privates.
chain of command. You know,
Yeah.
you got to stick to it. And I just sit back and chuckle as a chief. I just watch the formations, and I remember when I was a E3, E4, and I'm like, okay, I'll leave these guys alone, guys and gals.
That's cool.
It's fun.
That's funny because when I joke around about my time in service, I tell people I was promoted just as many times as a staff sergeant.
Oh,
And it was probably more, to be honest with you.
oh man.
I was great in the field. Oh man, I was great in the field.
Yeah.
But once I came in,
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy. You know, always
Yeah, I
got in
served with
trouble.
guys like that,
got
too.
snuck off base. Got
Yeah.
caught drinking. Yeah.
Oh, on
Yeah.
cantonment, that's where you get in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did. 3 times. No.
So let's talk a little bit. You know, some people don't even know what's in the Declaration of Independence. So let's talk a little bit about what's actually in the Declaration of Independence. It basically asserts that everyone, all individuals, possess inherent rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These rights are unalienable, meaning they are granted by nature or your creator and cannot be given, taken away, or negotiated away by any government. So according to the Declaration of Independence, governments derive their just powers solely from the consent of the governed. And what that means is the people rule the government rather than the government ruling us. And I think we've taken a 180 on that. I think we as Americans have forgotten what our power is.
Well,
We have the power to control the government. We just need to use it.
yeah, some people I think forget what really started the Revolutionary War. Mm-hmm. It was taxes.
Taxes and gun control.
Yeah, and they were telling us that we can't cut down certain trees, and we can't make our own paper, and we can't,
Yeah.
we're getting taxed on the tea, right?
And stamps. And
so we started drinking coffee. But,
Yeah, you're right.
which Steve forgot this morning. But so, and it used to be, and I'm running a little bit off topic here, but this all goes back to our independence and the statement that you just made about the people run the show,
Yep.
right? We are the taxpayers. Everything around us outside of the bunker, right, in public, we paid for.
Yeah.
One way or another, through
Right.
our work, through our taxes. Used to be in the early 1900s when the bank would foreclose on a farm down south,
Yeah.
that the whole town would get together. Okay, this is true. The whole town would get together and go to the foreclosure sale. Okay, and if anybody bid on that farm, they'd kill them.
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
so
Nobody messed it-
they would
yeah.
only allow the person that got foreclosed on to bid $1 for their farm because
yeah.
they stuck together.
Yeah.
They would get the bank, buy the dollar back, buy back the farm back to the original owner that had
Yep.
it foreclosed on, and give it back to that owner. And they were so tight knit as a community, they would not let these people fail. And
Yep.
basically, they'd hang them. Like,
Yeah.
if you try to outbid, if you're going to try to use your money as power to overthrow this town, we're going to take you out.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was a very common thing.
I never even heard of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yep.
but you would never. I mean, money rules everything now.
Yeah.
If you're at a estate sale and somebody's got something ancient, historic in their family, and they're like, "I want to keep this," yada yada. Nope, tax man's gonna sell it. Nobody in the audience would give 2
Yeah.
craps about it. They would just outbid you in a heartbeat.
I mean, I
you know
hate
what
to
I mean?
say it,
Yeah.
but if we're going down this rabbit hole, I think a lot of it has to do with these corporations that have come in and effectively eliminated all their competition. Walmart. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to name a bunch of names, but
Amazon.
Walmart, Amazon.
Yep.
It just there is no small business anymore when it comes to stuff like
There's
that.
such a huge gap.
Yeah.
The gap is heavier than ever, and as I had mentioned on the show a couple weeks ago, the national debt and the gross domestic product is so out of control. But again, it is a rabbit hole that we could get into. I think the reality is people, the reason that there was a Declaration of Independence is because the people rose up against a government that was suppressing them and pushing them too far. And they're hardworking, and they're the ones that made the country. We're the ones that make the country, and our politicians work for us. Okay, and it's not a mentality of like let's overthrow or anything crazy like that, but it's a mentality of know what you are valued. Like know that if the American citizens aren't here, then neither is America, because we pay to keep this country going. So.
And I think something a lot of people may not know is that when the government becomes destructive and repeatedly fails to protect our fundamental rights, the social contract that we have with them is broken, and the Declaration of Independence outlines that under these circumstances, the citizens have the right to alter, abolish, and replace it with a new government that ensures their safety and happiness.
Wow.
So
that's heavy.
Right there, I mean, it outlines how we take our government back, you know. And Congress was never meant to be a permanent job. You were meant to go to Congress, maybe serve a couple terms, and then go back to whatever you were doing before.
That's something that should be changed.
Term limits. I don't know why.
How did that get so?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's no way that they're going to do it.
Yep.
You know?
And think about this. You know, when George Washington became our president, there was nothing in the Constitution that said the presidential term was 2 terms, was 8 years. He chose, because he did not want to be a king,
right?
He chose to set the precedent for only 2 terms.
I didn't know that.
And that's why George Washington is like my favorite president.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That dude literally is like. I mean, I look at him as truly the founding father of the country. Like,
yeah.
He did it from a lieutenant. You know, he was in the French Indian War as a lieutenant, and then as he grew into a general, led the Revolutionary War. Like that dude, and then became president. Like just unreal.
Yeah.
His history. I love reading about him.
Oh yeah.
It's such.
I read a book about his spies in New York. It's fascinating.
Ooh, his spies?
Yeah.
I never saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, because obviously they're putting so much out right now. But I had seen that George Washington wasn't even like the first pick to be president. But I forgot who it is, brought him on to try and sway everybody. And then that's when he got nominated.
He didn't want to be president.
No, he didn't.
No, he wanted to go back to Mount Vernon.
Yeah, he did. He was done.
He was done.
He just fought that war for God knows how many years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Well, after that war, Congress was not paying a lot of the soldiers.
Right.
And so his famous speech in front of Congress and in front of a lot of the soldiers when he put his glasses on and said, forgive me as I'm, old from war battling with you guys.
Yeah.
And basically he made his speech pertaining
he said
to
that?
pertaining to like it was something along those lines. That's not the exact quote. I'll pull it up here in a minute. But basically put his glasses on and said, "Forgive me as I'm, I've grown old with you on the battlefield."
Yeah.
And then convinced Congress to pay everybody.
Yeah, he was amazing at motivating his troops.
Awesome. Oh my God,
if you think back to Valley Forge, a lot of his soldiers were freezing to death. They didn't have food. They didn't even have socks. And he was able to keep that army together. Mm-hmm. And, of course, we owe a lot to the French for that, too. They helped us out.
Oh, yeah. A lot of behind-the-scenes action there, for sure.
Yeah.
And that goes even all the way back to the history of the National Guard, because before it was considered in the Army National Guard, it was everybody had a state militia. Mm-hmm. And that's who George Washington was rallying.
Yeah.
The state militias from each individual state, their own formidable militaries.
Right.
And these guys weren't trained. Like farmers.
They were farmers.
Right?
Yeah.
And they fought behind trees. They didn't always fight in the straight line like you see on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, they did that, but they created like guerrilla warfare, if you will.
Oh yeah. They know their territory.
Yeah. And they fought
it's like just like another country coming here now trying to do anything. Like, we know this land. It's just like any invasion. But something that I find interesting is that although we declared our independence in 1776, 250 years ago, that the Great Britain actually officially accepted it 7 years later. So King George III in Parliament officially learned of the Declaration of Independence in August of 1776. King George III dismissed it in an October 31st address to Parliament as an inadmissible claim of independence. They officially recognized it in 1783. The Revolutionary War continued until the British formally recognized the United States as an independent nation in September 3rd of 1783, signing with the Treaty of Paris. And we've talked about the Treaty of Paris on this show a couple times. The Treaty of Paris was the official recognition of, America being independent. But prior to that, there was other treaties of Paris in history.
Yeah.
Because Paris is known as like the peace city. Like it's where world dominance comes to agree on things.
I had a history teacher in high school who said, if you can never remember if there's ever a test question that asks you, where was this peace treaty signed? He said, always put Paris. He said, because chances are you're going to be right.
Isn't that wild?
That is wild.
Yeah.
Because, now that you say that, like, there's the Treaty of Versailles. There's
World War I, World War II.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Treaties of Paris.
So we'll talk a little bit, too, about the Constitution, because they're both important. They're our founding documents. America. That's two.
That's awesome.
Believe it or not, the U.S. Constitution is the world's shortest and oldest written constitution of any major government.
Wow.
It has about 4,500 words.
Oh, I thought you were going to say pages.
No, 4,500 words. It's very short, which is unusual for our Congress.
That is
They
short
can't
for
pass
our
anything
government.
unless it's, a couple thousand pages.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Right.
So, believe it or not, neither Thomas Jefferson nor John Adams signed the Declaration of Independence because they were overseas at the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I like John Adams, too.
Yeah.
He's got a good story.
Yeah, he does.
And Thomas Jefferson. Those
Yeah.
some good people back then.
Yeah.
Good presidents.
There's just a book that came out I got to get. A lady wrote it about Thomas Jefferson and his views on slavery, which they did an interview with her on WGN the other day, and it was fascinating.
Yeah,
I had
and
no idea.
he was against it.
Yeah, he was.
He was a third president, right?
Yeah, and it talks about how they wanted to do away with slavery, but the only way to get the southern states to agree to independence was to not abolish it in the Declaration and the Constitution. He was
That's a
because
shame.
Jefferson was so worried about keeping the government together, keeping the United States together, that had to be he had to make that compromise, and he wasn't happy about it.
Yeah. I mean, people sometimes misjudge the time frame of our country because we're 250, but slavery, in this continent, on North America continent, goes back 400 plus years.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
there were slaves from all over. You had the Bahamas, you had Ireland, you had Europe.
And the islands
everywhere.
were the absolute worst.
You had
too.
slaves from everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the islands were. You talk about Haiti and what the French did down there. Like, I mean, your life expectancy down in the islands was like 25 when you were a slave.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So believe it or not, the word democracy is not in the Constitution. Because we are not a democracy. We are a republic.
A republic. Democracy means that it's just voted.
I mean, everybody
and,
votes on
everybody
everything.
votes. Like, so you got an even chance. Like that's what democracy means. Like if you're
that's like,
voting Congress.
Right. Two wolves and a sheep deciding what's for dinner. That's democracy.
Yeah. So
then what's a republic?
A republic means that we elect the citizens, elect our representatives to make our decisions, to make the decisions on our behalf. They're supposed to do what we want, not what they want.
So I guess it would be considered, right, a federal republic and then a representative democracy. So the democratic process is of voting representatives in, okay? But we're considered a constitutional federal republic. So we utilize the democratic process. But I guess the terminology would be a little bit weirder if you said like we are a democracy.
So basically we're our representatives are the ones that are voting for us, that's what makes it a republic.
Right.
It is a republic because the people elect representatives to exercise power on their behalf, and a democracy because governing authorities ultimately come from the consent of the people through popular elections. So the democracy portion is our elections.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. That's just the wrong terminology to say we're a democracy. Like we utilize elections.
Yeah.
We utilize the democratic process.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
Right.
I
But
gotcha.
we're actually consired like
And
a
if you-
constitutional federal
And if you
republic.
think of the Pledge of Allegiance, and to the republic for which it stands,
yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So
Said that last night.
something also people don't maybe not realize is back then also not everybody was for independence. There were still loyalists to the British Crown. So it wasn't 100%. Everybody in the colonies was let's break away from England. No, not everybody was for it. And in fact, the Constitution never would have passed without the Bill of Rights. Without the 10 original Bill of Rights, they the New England states, I believe it was Massachusetts, wanted the Bill of Rights, and they wouldn't sign without it. So I think that's important. We get it listed our rights that we already had, and that the government cannot take those rights away from us. Freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom to assemble. The right to carry out, to have firearms. There's a lot in there. The right. One of the things they put in there that a lot of people don't understand is the right not to have soldiers quartered in your home, because what they were doing back then is the British were making people in this country take care of the British soldiers in their homes. So they put that in the Constitution because they didn't want that to happen anymore. They didn't want our government to be able to do that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So there's a lot. There's so much that, and you have the Fifth Amendment. The power. You refuse to incriminate yourself. You see so many people on TV. Oh, I plead the Fifth. What does that mean? That means that you do not have to speak and incriminate yourself.
That's in the Bill of Rights?
Yes. And
I never looked at the Bill of Rights. Well, I haven't looked at it in a long time.
Yeah, we need a police officer to call in and give us the spiel that they give to people when they arrest them. You have the right to remain silent, right?
Everything you say can and will be used against you in a court of
You don't
law.
have to say a word.
If
They
you
could
could-
ask you questions all day long.
Yeah. You don't have to speak to them.
You know it by heart, huh?
Oh, yeah, because there used to be a show on TV that said it every episode.
Law and Order?
No. It was Dragnet, I believe. And
awesome.
yeah, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Do you understand these rights? If I have
My
read
dad
them,
used to love Dragnet.
that's a Miranda rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it comes from a civil war. It comes from a Supreme Court case, Miranda versus the United States. So
Hey, I want to correct myself.
Okay.
Earlier, I had mentioned that the U.S. presidents that had died 50 years later on the anniversary of the Declaration on July 4th was Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. There was also one more, James Monroe.
oh yeah, he died on July 4th.
4th of July.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
quite the holiday. Also, because we are in America, I will say that over 150 million hot dogs will be consumed today. So
It's
that's
kind of funny.
A world record.
I mean, I'm not a soccer fan, but I kind of love that the World Cup came and what everybody is saying. I mean, it's apparently AC is like the thing now.
Yeah.
I thought it was already a thing, but apparently not.
No,
You're like
Do you
getting
know-
smoked in Europe, man.
You know,
Yeah.
one
The
in
heat, they don't have like AC out there.
one in 5 households have AC.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
1 in
they
5.
don't even have it in their hospitals.
You know what? That's some sort
That's
of opportunity there. Get into the AC business. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Those people out in the Middle East
Wall
burn.
units?
They burn through AC units.
Oh, I bet
man.
they do.
The sand gets all up in them.
Yeah.
I'm constantly replacing AC. Mm-hmm. That's something to look into.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so I got a couple of fun
AC.
facts.
Oh, so hold on. AC and ranch.
Ranch dressing.
The other one. Yeah, ranch.
Oh, they love ranch
They're
here.
loving ranch.
And I love that Scotland drink Boston out of beer.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That was
Awesome.
good.
Nah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they ran out of beer.
They ran out of
the
beer.
Irish people came over and
That's
started
awesome.
getting after it, man.
I love that.
Yeah.
Showing the new generation how to do it.
Good
Yep.
for them.
Okay, so here's despite it being the country's most prominent summer holiday, the 4th of July Let's see. Was not declared a federal holiday until 1870. And it did not become a paid federal holiday for workers until 1938.
Huh.
Sure, that was a union push
Yeah,
back then.
probably,
I'm sure,
yeah.
It's all connected here. The oldest celebration dating back to 1785 in Bristol, Rhode Island, host of the longest running and oldest continuous 4th of July celebration in the United States. So there was people celebrating it soon after, 1785. And that's basically somewhat about the time that the Great Britain recognized it.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, this actually means something, right? This is a big deal.
Right.
The 4th of July is celebrated internationally as a holiday in the Philippines, which has gained its independence from the United States on July 4th, 1946.
There's an interesting picture I saw today that Japan is lining up Tokyo in red, white, and blue to help celebrate our independence.
Nice.
Wow. Who'd have thought that
Who would have thought that?
back in 1941?
What is it? Taiwan's in some scrutiny right now, provided, they're being severely investigated because they provided China with microchip technology under the table that is against their trade laws that America oversees to help prevent China from getting ahead in the technology game. And as you know, Taiwan has old ties to China, so I'm sure there's some loyalists there behind the scenes that are like, hey.
But it's Taiwan that's doing it, or a company in Taiwan?
It's companies within Taiwan, right? So like microchip developer companies, not to name any specifically, but you should look it up because it's interesting that we have these sort of like trade laws on Taiwan. Although it's not our country, we don't allow them to provide certain technologies to China. And now that it has been exposed that they have,
Oh, boy.
there's some serious repercussions coming down the pipe.
Oh.
So
That's not good.
But
No.
yeah, it's not. I mean, I guess it's one of those cases where like they're not going to really put the hammer down until they're proven guilty. But there's some serious leadway right now as to
that's the first
that
time I
they
ever
did.
heard
They
that.
did do that.
it's
It's recent news.
So
There's
I
got to
could-
be some Chinese loyalists in
in Taiwan.
in
I'm
Taiwan,
sure. I mean,
yeah.
there's
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah, I
history
wouldn't
is
doubt it.
that China owns Taiwan, right?
Right.
But Taiwan has separated itself, and Taiwan's economy is so unique. It's so valuable that if China was to take it over, it would ruin it, because then China would be taking all of their exponential growth and their ability to be inventors, and like they would
Yeah.
they would subdue
China
it.
controls everything. The
Exactly.
government controls everything.
Yeah, so like I don't think it'd be in China's best interest to get Taiwan. I think it would be more in their best interest to become like a partner of them.
Well, think about it. Maybe that's why they haven't attacked Taiwan, because Taiwan under the table has been feeding them what they want.
Yeah.
Could be.
It's kind of crazy when
Yeah.
It is.
It's almost like you're biting the hand that's feeding you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, by
doing
us.
Yeah,
right?
us.
Like,
yeah.
in the 90s, although Clinton never declared any sort of war on that area, he did authorize a huge naval fleet as a force of power to sit between Taiwan and China as a threat
Oh, yeah, I
to
remember
China.
that.
It was a huge blockade, basically, kind of what they did in the Hormuz here, as like, hey, you're not coming and messing with Taiwan. Like
Yeah.
we're ready to deploy, and it so far it's deterred, but it seems like it's always on edge over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of the holiday, and a lot of people are going to be drinking, so please don't drink and drive. But so let's. We have our sponsors here that I'd like to go over a couple of them. Remember, please, if you do go to our sponsors, please mention that you heard about them on this show, Veterans Views. Veterans Views was founded by American Legion, or Hammond Victory Post 168, American Legion Post. We have Calumet Breweries, 6535 Osborne Avenue in Hammond, 219-845-2242. Calumet Park and Funeral Chapter. They always support veterans. They are at 2305 West 83rd Avenue in Maryville. You can call them at 219-769-8255. 8803 for special savings on for special veteran savings on complete burial packages. We have DAV Chapter 17. They meet the first Thursday of the month at 1900, 7 o'clock. At the Glen F. Reniker VFW Post 802 at 5820 Homan Avenue in Hammond. DAV Chapter 80. They meet the second Friday of the month at 7 o'clock at Cedar Lake, VFW Post 261. They are at 13050 Washington Street in Cedar Lake. And you can reach them at 219-736-2282. Laborers International Union of North America 41. They are at 500 Superior Street in Munster. 219-924-7922. The Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 721. They meet the second Thursday of the month at 1900. Again, at the Glen F. Reniker VFW Post 802 at 5820 Homan Avenue in Hammond.
Nice. Thanks,
So
Donna.
did you know that the Declaration of Independence was considered a secret document? The names of the signers were kept secret for months to protect them from execution. That's probably why it didn't fully get signed until a month later with everybody else.
Well, they knew that if they got caught, they would all be executed, you know, and for these men to give up, a lot of the signers of the Declaration ended up poor and destitute. You know, they knew that once they signed that their lives were in danger and they would probably lose. They were putting up everything they had to found this country.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that gets lost of course, it's 250 years ago, but I think that gets lost in the sacrifices that they made. You know,
Well, Benjamin Franklin's doing okay, sitting on the front of my $100 bills. I know, Steve, you got some $100 bills?
Yeah.
yeah,
I wish. Especially coming back from vacation. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too. Vacation is expensive these days,
Yep.
isn't it?
I think something too that people may not realize is the 10th Amendment to the Constitution. It states that any powers not specifically delegated to the federal government by the Constitution are reserved to the states or to the people.
Okay.
So anything not listed in the Constitution is a state function.
Okay.
So that includes the Department of Education, the Department of Energy, OSHA, all those government alphabet agencies should all belong to the state.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's why states are so different.
yeah. You know, because the Constitution was made so that the states had the power, not the federal government. And I think we've gotten so far away from that.
Yeah. We have.
I think it's starting to come back into perspective, though, because I'm really, I mean, over the last decade, I guess I've opened my eyes a little bit more because I'm, you know, an older adult, more mature, and understand a lot more about what's going on in the world than I did when I was in my 20s. I didn't really care too much, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to really see such a huge difference in state to state. You know, because you see so many different laws and so many different things that happen in different states. And you know, you've got states like Florida, which are completely different than California, right? Florida just passed no property tax. They don't have tax on pensions out there. They're, you know, just, you know, then you got New York. You had like 400 multi-million-dollar companies over the last year flee New York because of their policies. And then you have, you know, of course, the biggest difference we can see is how Indiana operates and how Illinois operates, right? And sometimes Illinois had a step ahead of us, like they were given 100% property tax exemptions to veterans before we were, you know? And then also on the other side of the scope, like if you go into the city, which, you know, obviously the city for us is Chicago, and you buy groceries, you get taxed over 10%.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Right? I was just in Tennessee, and although in Tennessee, you get a lot of tax benefits as individuals.
They don't tax pensions either.
Right. But just their sales tax is 11%.
Right, but they don't have property taxes.
Oh, they didn't do property either.
No, they don't do property
So there's
taxes.
another state where it's Tennessee, no property and no pension, no tax pensions. A lot of people go there to retire, which is great.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I couldn't imagine how much cheaper. Let's get a caller. How much cheaper would your property tax be? And that's something. Hey, let's talk about that. This is 4th of July. You know, Let's mark our independence. Let's push down to the state of Indiana. No property tax for anybody.
Right.
I'm calling it.
So-
we should do it. We're one of the healthiest states in the country as far as surplus. Why can't we do it if other states are doing it?
We can.
You know?
We just have to make some. Everybody says, "Well, who's going to pay for the roads and the firemen and this and that?" There's other ways to pay for that.
Hey, I
stuff.
would go from 7% to 10% if I didn't have to pay property tax.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
You know, it kind of stinks paying for something and getting taxed 11% in Tennessee. To be honest with you, I'm like, wow, that's a hit.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at my bill, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have to pay property tax, I wouldn't care at all.
Yeah, right.
Nobody should lose their home to property taxes. Nobody.
Right.
I don't care who you are.
I'm pretty
Nobody
sure
should.
everybody would agree for us to go from 7 to 10. And you can call in and disagree, 219-845-1100. Would you go from 7% sales tax to 10% sales tax if you didn't have to pay property tax at all? Somebody
would.
call in and give me
I
an
would.
answer.
Because then you get everybody who doesn't live here, who travels through the state. They have to pay that
They're
too.
feeding it.
Yeah. So they're feeding it too. So
Yeah. Tourism.
I mean,
We're the crossroads here, too.
We're kind of seeing it with the property tax that they passed for 100% veterans.
Yeah.
Permanent disabled.
yeah.
You know, it's we're gonna see soon. Soon they're not gonna have property tax,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be nice for them. You know, it's just sad because so that's a good thing that happened to us, right?
Right.
So for one, you know, for the veterans out there who live in Indiana, the July 1st was the new deadline where it started, where you could go do your property tax, and you know, well, I talked to Jason Goatee. All he wants is people to go. He's on the 3rd floor of the county building. He said he's
on the 3rd floor now?
Yeah, he's on the 3rd floor.
He was
now.
downstairs.
Yeah, he was. He's on the 3rd floor now.
Okay.
Auditors on the 2nd floor.
He's moving on up.
Yeah, right.
Moving on up. Moving on up.
But you just need a DD-214 and you need your benefits summary letter,
Okay.
Yes.
because that's what tells you what percentage you are.
Right.
Yeah, and you can
So-
print that off on the VA website. And if you don't have the VA app out there, you should download it. It makes it so
VA.
much easier to
Yeah,
do
it
anything.
does. It does. You can
You
see
can track your
rating, everything right
absolutely.
on there. I love it.
But I've been seeing a lot of bad stuff about this bill that they're trying to pass in Congress.
Oh, yeah.
When they're trying to add the Richard Start Act
Yeah.
in it.
But what they're trying to do is make disabled veterans pay for other. They're going to cut some
Yeah.
benefits for future disabled veterans,
Yeah.
so they can pay for the Richard Starr Act. And there are so many people against it. Me and Pat talked about this a little bit last week, and that what they want to do is they're going to the two biggest things that veterans claim are tinnitus and tinnitus and sleep apnea. So they're going to take the two biggest things that veterans claim and knock them down, and take that money and pay it. Now, the VFW, the DAV are both against this. American Legion is for it. But
which I found odd.
I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
And I read the statement again from the American Legion yesterday, and because they put out another one, and they says, well, yeah, we're for this because it gets the ball rolling, but we still don't think that one group of disabled veterans should pay for another group. I'm like, you can't be for it and against it.
Yeah.
That's political speak.
That's
That's ridiculous, you know. And I don't know if you've seen the new
Wow, they dropped the ball on that one.
the new poster from that. I believe it's a VFW put it out, and it shows politicians shooting at veterans. You can get it on a shirt. I'm getting one.
Oh, you got to get me one.
Oh, yeah, I'll get you. Well, get us all one. It's awesome. I mean, I love it. You know, and so many people, that's promoting violence. No, come on, man.
It's just that people don't understand how devastating that could be for some, because if you have, let's do sleep apnea. Sleep apnea, if they were to implement this, it would be 10% that you could get is the highest for sleep apnea. Whereas now, if you have a sleep apnea machine, it's 50%.
Okay.
So now, if I have 50% for sleep apnea, and I made it to 60 or 70, 80%, 90%, then it becomes where I can apply for the unemployability part.
Oh.
Right? So I have unemployability, I have sleep apnea, then I want to try to go for my combined 100, or I want to do something else with my claim. Well, anytime you file a claim, you're reopening everything.
Yeah.
So even though you were grandfathered in at first, they can revise that later and take away that 50%.
Yeah.
And now you could go from 100% to like 60.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're relying on that.
If you're relying on that as your income,
that could
yeah.
be horrible.
It is. And I think, you know, they're like, well, there's so much other good stuff in it. There is some good stuff in that bill. But again, and I've read a lot of comments from many veterans. There are very few that are for the whole thing. Most are saying absolutely not will we allow the government to fund this on the backs of disabled
How
veterans.
dirty is it that they added the Richard Starr Act when it was already passed?
It's got like 70 sponsors, but there's always one person that stops it from coming out of committee.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. And I mentioned last week the Department of Defense has a $900 trillion budget.
Who does?
Yes.
The DOD. You can't tell me.
900 billion.
Yeah, 900 billion.
Yeah, it's almost $1 trillion.
It's almost, yeah, and you can't tell me
That's crazy.
that they don't have some, and not all that money is allocated for programs. So you can't tell me that out of that $900 billion that they don't have money to pay for veterans.
Oh, they have.
They have money to send us to die, but they don't have money to support us when we get back.
Yeah.
And then if we allow the government to do this, then that means that the ratings for those two specific problems will be in a bill passed by Congress. So we're going to let Congress dictate this now?
Yeah.
It'll never change. And this is only the beginning. If we allow this, what's next?
So that's what I read was kind of the big takeaway was if we let this one happen, they're going to do it again.
Yeah, and again.
Because I mean, they want to eliminate you even getting paid under, I think it was like 40%.
Yeah.
They
Really?
want to eliminate a lot of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
The hearing loss alone, we use that for everybody just to start your claim.
And
Yeah.
the thing
Like,
is who in the military doesn't have hearing loss? Whether you're around heavy equipment or whether you're firing your weapon in combat or in peacetime, you know,
Humvees
in
are loud.
combat. Oh wait, before I kill the enemy, let me put my earplugs in. Who the hell?
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
Well, speaking of signing, as you had mentioned, Donna, the Declaration of Independence was actually a treasonous document.
Yeah.
And as we had mentioned earlier in the show, that just because the Declaration of Independence came out and we declared it July 4th, that wasn't necessarily the end of the war.
Yeah.
Right? The war was still on roaring. And every man who signed it technically became a wanted criminal by the British Crown. George Washington did not sign because he was already in New York commanding the Continental Army. So a couple of interesting facts about it. Number one, the individuals who did sign, 56 signers of the Independence, were said to be executed by the British. None of them were outright tortured to death, although...
Wait, how many?
56 signers.
They were executed?
None were outright tortured. They were set to be executed. Basically, the British were like, we're going to execute these people.
Oh,
right?
okay.
The actual fates of these men are different than what some of the online people, YouTubers might say. There was several of them. A dozen of them particularly that had their estates looted, burned, and occupied by British troops. There was one gentleman allegedly ordered American forces to fire cannons at his own mansion. So there's some weird things. Robert Morris...
Wait. So he's like, you ain't taking my house. I'm going to shoot it up first?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's America right there.
America.
One of the signers was actually a
That's awesome.
very important logistician, and he was in charge of shipping goods back and forth overseas to our country, and the British Navy sank and captured his ships, leaving him in severe debt. So
Wow.
think about it.
They sacrificed everything.
We're ready to get after this, push forward, and say we are no longer going to participate in this overrule of government. Mm-hmm. Who here is willing to sign?
Yeah. Who's willing to put their life on the line to create this country?
And only 3 of them ended up being, out of the 56 signers, 3 of them ended up being president. 12 of them ended up serving in Congress and Senate. I mean, that leaves, 15 minus 56. There's still, 30-some there that are essentially wards of the government
Yeah.
in fear of their lives. And a lot of them did get
They lost everything.
Yeah, they got taken care of.
Isn't that why John Hancock is so popular? Because he was the one that went up there and actually
wrote his name really big,
out so you could see it.
Huge. Yeah, and it was a slap to the king, George III.
Yeah.
And because John Hancock and George III had rumblings prior to, and he wanted to make sure that he's seen his signature. So he made it super big.
That's awesome.
And and think of this. Here we are, this organized colony of 13 states, and we took on at that time the biggest, most powerful military on the planet.
And Navy.
Oh, for a thousand years.
And
like
we kicked
British
their butts.
ruled. Yeah.
You
Oh
know?
yeah.
So
Well, for the first year we were getting slaughtered.
yeah, we were.
First year of the Revolutionary War, until we were able to like really rally them back. Like, this is what we're doing here.
Yeah.
People, this is what we need to finish.
It's kind of crazy.
right?
Wow, now I think about Britain had colonies everywhere.
Everywhere.
Because they were in Asia.
They were
Oh
all
yeah,
over the world. Yeah.
Australia. You know how Australia got its start
No.
with Caucasians, typically.
It was a prison
Yeah,
island.
that's where England used to send their prisoners, and eventually,
No.
that's the like part of Australia that's Caucasian, because there's no native Caucasians in Australia. Like
Right.
they're
What?
Aborigines over there, you know.
I never heard that.
Yeah, so they came from British descent when
Yeah.
they were originally prisoners.
Yep.
They were made up by a
It's
prison
like Escape from
colony.
New York, but on Australia.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that's why kangaroos have the front pouches, because they seen the humans in their prison wallets.
That's a good one.
You're like, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you sucked me into that one too.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
So-
that was just off a cuff there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So something else I want to touch into. We don't have a lot of time left, but I don't know how many of you seen that U.S. Air Force major in uniform held a press conference on the states of the Capitol and decided that he thought it was a good idea to declare that the president needed to be impeached. Now, whether you agree with President Trump or not, that's not the issue here. The issue here is that somebody on active duty in uniform went to the Capitol while he's on leave from Poland and decided that he would call for the impeachment of the United States president. Now, a lot of civilians, I've been reading civilian comments, and I should know better. He has freedom of speech, he's my hero, blah, 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 he shouldn't be prosecuted. But the thing is, a lot of civilians don't understand is in the military, especially when you're in uniform, you are not allowed to do that. That's against the UCMJ.
No.
Yeah.
There is no freedom of speech in the military.
No, you keep those opinions
Absolutely
to yourself.
not.
People don't get it, man. They're like,
No.
oh, he has a right to defy orders. No, you don't.
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't.
There's very rarely an order that's unlawful,
Yeah.
because that goes through so many chains before it gets
Oh,
to you.
yeah.
So many.
It's vested so many
of them.
times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because they say, hey, you need to take that hill, and you say, that's against my political beliefs to take that hill. And then they're like, take the hill.
Or I'm going to
Right.
shoot you.
Yeah,
Right.
or you're a deserter,
Yeah.
or you're
Yeah.
mutinous, or whatever the case may be. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
It
And
is.
for somebody to go up, even that 4-star general that walked down the street with Trump during his first election got a hand slap for
Yeah.
being a part of that representation.
Right.
Because the military is not to represent political bias.
No.
No, you can't.
No, you
And
can't.
that's the reason why we get support. That's
Yeah.
the reason why people think of the military when they think of the 4th of July, when Memorial Day comes, they think of the military. They don't think of, other than maybe presidents, they don't think of politicians,
No.
Yeah.
because the military,
The military is nonpartisan.
nonpartisan. We kind of do what we're told,
Yeah.
but with the backbone of knowing that what we're doing is for the greater good. It might not be good in the moment. There might be some terrible things that we have done and lived through and went through as following orders, but for the greater good, that one moment in time, although maybe it was bad, maybe it was terrible, maybe you have PTSD from it,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
It is a necessary evil in this
Yeah.
world.
And a lot of
No.
people don't understand too that our military basic job, they're dictatorship that protects a republic. You know, you do what you're told, and that's the way the military operates. That's the way it has to operate. Because the generals and the lieutenants and the master guns and all those men and women, they have to know that if they tell their troops to do something, they're going to do it and carry it out to the best of their abilities.
Yeah. So it sickens me. And obviously this Air Force major knew what he was doing.
Oh, absolutely.
He was a 20-year service member.
Yeah.
So at that point, what his mentality was, what are they going to do? Retire me? You know?
Yeah.
And that's probably what they're going to do.
Oh, yeah, they're going to retire. I'm just wondering if he's going to get prosecuted at all. You know?
I don't know. I mean, he should definitely face UCMJ.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe he'll get bumped down. It would honestly be a tragedy in my opinion, if the dude didn't get his pension. I mean, he served 20 years. He is a complete moron, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I
think it would be a tragedy.
I don't see how they can keep him on active duty, because there's so many people in the military that would be like, I'm not listening to anything you say.
They're definitely going to get rid of him.
His integrity and his ability to command is gone.
There's no doubt in my mind that they would get rid of him. But I just hope for him.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
He had a stupid moment. I hope they don't take his pension away.
Oh, I bet they do.
You know, they could.
You know,
they've done it to generals.
Yeah.
You know,
I've read somewhere online that people are saying, "Oh, Trump had him arrested." No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, it's against the law to protest.
Yeah, military police is going to get him.
Yeah, it's
Trump.
against the law to protest on the steps of the Capitol unless you have somebody from Congress with you. And at first, he did have a member of Congress with him, a Democrat from Texas. But when that guy left,
he can't be in uniform up there. Period.
No,
representing any political view.
No.
We're not allowed to speak publicly on
that's
stuff.
like that guy that got in trouble when he went to the Trump rally in his uniform.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You can't do stuff like that.
You can't do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
No. Because that's basically saying that
and you should know better if you're a soldier or if you're a service member.
Especially if you're a major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They give you classes on that.
Well, yeah.
You know?
You know what? I've met some of the smartest O-grade officers. The smartest people I ever met in my life have been O-grade officers. You know, captains, majors, lieutenant colonels,
some
generals.
in my day too, though.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, sometimes their egos overlay their actual, say, fortitude because they push their rank way past what their rank can handle. And they need to be smacked down sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, maybe not in the physical sense, but I've seen a lieutenant colonel smack down a major before on his ego.
Yeah.
Like, listen, sir, you need to chirp it down a little bit before my rank does what it needs to do to you. Like, you know, you don't. There's that. I always say this, and I'm in the chief world, so I'm more relaxed, you know. But there's a rank between captain and lieutenant colonel. Okay, usually by the time you're a captain, you're in your mid to late 20s as an O-grade officer, right? And then when you're a major, you're 29 to maybe 33, 35. Okay, usually about a major times frame would be between 10 and 15 years. Okay, that time frame is typically like the cockiest time frame of someone's military career, where they're above company commander, they're above captain, so they feel like they've got some rank, and they're a field grade officer now, and they're there at that age where they know a lot, and they want to push their rank.
Yeah.
I've never had any more problems with that rank than any other rank in the military. That rank, the 04, and it probably goes throughout all military, just major I'm referring to as Army. But the 04 rank in the O-grade side, it's the age group and the rank time above a certain rank, below the next rank that really causes the most problems. But they're also very, very essential because they're the get after it. I want to be a colonel, you know?
Yeah.
And push the troops.
Right.
Yeah.
04s are typically like executive officers for battalions. They're at that higher level. And then the next level is battalion commander, which is what they want, you know? So they got to push. And anyways, off on a contingent there. A tangent.
But no, he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew,
That's just ridiculous.
I'm wondering, he's on leave from Poland, and I'm wondering if anybody in his unit knew what he was going to do.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt. Because
Yeah,
I
I
think
doubt it.
if somebody above him knew that he was going to do that, they would have stopped him somehow.
They probably would have stopped the leave too. Hey, so I wanted to talk about something real quick. I could be fast about it because I know we're almost done. So I got back from this place called Wilwin in Michigan. It's American Legion campground. That if you're a veteran, I don't know the stipulations, but if you're a veteran and I think you have PTSD or something, you can go up there for 5 days for free. You get a cabin, has AC, has a TV. I had a 2-bedroom with 3 beds and then 1 couch bed. So I was able to do me and 3 of my kids. So you get up there and they have a lake. They have pontoon boats you could take out, canoes. When you get there, they give you a golf cart so you could drive around on the trails.
Oh, nice.
And it's all free.
No kidding.
It is awesome.
Where's this at?
What's the name of that?
It's called Wilwin, Wilwin,
Okay.
and it's in Custer, Michigan, by
Custer?
Ludington. Yeah, right. I like that.
America.
America.
But it's by Ludington where they have all those sand dunes and stuff.
Oh,
So I love it. I
That's
love
great.
Wow,
you gotta
that's
send
nice.
me that in a link or something. I'm gonna take my family up there.
Free.
Free.
And you could have like a family reunion. I met somebody who had a family reunion up there.
You got me when you said free golf cart. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope.
Nothing says America
America.
than riding a golf cart.
That's right. So let me finish these wonderful sponsors that we have. We have Family Dental Care. Veterans can receive free x-rays, exams, cleaning, and a 10% discount on all other services. They are located throughout the region. You can call their Griffith or their Munster office at 219-804-9329 or go to their website at familydentalcare.com. And if you have questions about Medicare, they can help you with that as well. Ron J. Pressemer Insurance Company for all your insurance needs, auto, home, life, health, business, and more. You can reach Ron at 219-844-0103. We have Kuziak Construction. Kuziak. 1235 Summer Street in Hammond. 219-923-3077. Heroes Helping Heroes, Northwest Indiana. You can contact founder Rich Tokars at 219-670-2501, or you can go on his website at heroeshelpingheroesin.com. And then we have White Oak Home Care. They are located at 9800 Connecticut Drive in Crown Point. You can reach them at 219-999-5869. And you can also get them on their website, whiteoakhomecare.com. And as always, if you need help, please reach out. You can call us anytime we're on the air. You can also call the 988 Suicide Crisis Line. 9881 will connect you to a veteran who can help you out 24/7, 365. So please reach out. 22 a day, way too many.
Absolutely. I'm going to have us go around the table. I'm going to ask our media representative to come over, say hi to everybody, and introduce himself because he works behind the scenes getting us on Facebook and getting us on YouTube. And here we go. You grab a mic.
Hi, how's it going? I'm Dave Boomker. It's been a big pleasure to help these guys out for the last few months. And I guess I'll take this opportunity to wish everyone out there a happy 4th of July.
Absolutely.
All right.
Dave, it's a pleasure to have you here. We truly appreciate all the extra efforts that you give. You got some cool content out there, so make sure that you take advantage of that online and Facebook. Dave Boomker's the man behind the scenes making the magic happen, and we thank you very much for that.
Hey, thank you guys. Happy 4th.
We're going to sign out here. I'm just going to say some words that I've got typed up here that I want to spit out and talk to our people face to face here. We got the American flag behind us, so get a little bit of America going on here. We got our America 250 flags. We're going to wave the America 250. It's a huge thing, 1776.
That's right.
Down, we got our dog tags. We got our U.S. shirts on. We're ready to go for the 4th of July.
That's right.
And we're here representing WJLB Veterans Views, been on the radio and in the local area for 17 years. All veterans, all volunteer services.
That's right.
We just want to say we appreciate your region. We love you. and we want to make sure that you have a safe 4th of July. And as the holiday comes in, the 4th of July remains a time to look beyond the fireworks and reflect on a core meaning of liberty. It is an opportunity to honor the sacrifices that built the nation, practice responsible citizenship out there, and reaffirm a commitment to ensuring freedom and justice for all, just like we were doing when we were in grade school, representing the flag every single morning. So please, citizens, this is not just a status, but a daily practice to be a citizen of this country, and it involves voting, engaging in civic life, and participating in the community. Please be safe out there this weekend. We're all service members and veterans here. We love you. We care about you. Tune into our show, and we will see you. We're going to let Donna and Steve give their output. I just wanted to have a little speech there. I appreciate everybody's time. It's an honor to be on this show every week.
Wow, I have nothing I can say that can top that. That was wonderful. That was awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
That was great. And I just want to, say the same thing. Rob, we joke around a little bit, sometimes, but this is more than just another day off of work. This is more than just eating a hot dog at a barbecue. It's about, we need to take a minute to remember all those who sacrificed their lives and who gave up everything they had. They gave up their land. They gave up their money. They gave up everything to start this nation. And this nation has been strong ever since. We have always been able to do what needed to be done. And when our country comes together, and when we are together, just like we were after 9/11, we are the strongest country in the world, and we are the best country in the world. And if you don't believe that, talk to some of these soccer players who came over to this country.
Yep.
And they couldn't believe what they were seeing. They saw the real America.
Yeah.
Not the one portrayed on TV, not the one portrayed on the news, but they saw the real America, the one that we all know and the one that we all love.
United in love.
That's right.
America.
So thank you very much. It's always an honor to be on this show, and I love doing this show every week. And I just want to say thank you to all our listeners and to all the veterans out there. And keep going and be safe this weekend.
USA. USA.
Happy 4th.
That's right.
See you guys later.
See you guys.
All right, Steve. Thank you.
Safe weekend.
All right. Hoorah. Good night,
Hoorah.
Chesty, wherever you are.